Good morning, first graders. How are you guys doing? This is Dahlia, and this is Cooper, and they're going to read a story with us this morning. The last month or so, we've been talking about different parts of a story, and we've talked about the characters, which is who the story or what the story is about, the setting, which is where the story takes place, a problem that the character might have in the story, and then also the solution, how the character solves the problem that they have. Either while I'm reading the story or after I'm reading the story. You guys can take a piece of paper and split it into 4 pieces that kind of match the poster that I have here, and you can write or draw about the character, setting, problem, or solution. Or if you want to read your own story at home, you can do that. And if you want to push pause right now while you get your paper set up, you can do that. The story that I'm going to read today is called Dora's Eggs. And Dora has a problem in this story. And let's read to find out what that problem is. Dora was sitting on a nest of eggs. They were shiny, brown, and smooth to touch. "These are my very first eggs," clucked Dora proudly. "I must get all my friends to come and admire them." Dora climbed out of the henhouse and into the farmyard. "Who shall I visit first?" she wondered. "I know. I'll go and find Debbie Duck." I bet you know who this story is about and where this story takes place already. Dora hopped over the fence and across the field until she reached the pond. "Hello, Debbie," she called. "Would you like to come and see my eggs?" "I can't come now," quacked Debbie. "I'm teaching my babies to swim." Dora stood watching the ducklings splashing around and learning to paddle. Somehow she felt a little bit less excited. "My eggs are nice," she thought, "but those fluffy ducklings are much nicer." Dora was just a little sad as she trotted over to the sty to visit Penny Pig. "Hello, Penny," she clucked. "Would you like to come and see my eggs?" But Penny didn't hear. She was having too much fun tumbling around with her wiggly piglets. Dora gave a little sigh. "My eggs are nice," she thought, "but those wiggly piglets are much nicer." I bet you guys can start to figure out what the problem Dora is having in this story. Dora gave another little sigh as she climbed the hill to find Sally Sheep. "Would you like to come and see my eggs?" she asked Sally. "Not today," bleated Sally. "I'm too busy keeping an eye on my lambs." Dora looked at the lambs frolicking in the field. She felt rather glum. "My eggs are nice," she thought, "but those playful lambs are much nicer."
That's all, Mom.
Very sadly, Dora walked back to the farmyard. On her way, she bumped into Daisy Dog. "Hello, Daisy," clucked Dora. "Would you like to come and see my eggs?" "Sorry, Dora," barked Daisy, wagging her tail. "I can't come now. I'm taking my puppies for a walk." Dora was beginning to feel quite miserable. Miserable means like really, really sad or bad. "My eggs are very nice," she thought, "but those cute puppies out for a walk are much nicer." In the farmyard, Dora stopped at the cowshed. She wished she felt happier. Perhaps Clarissa the cow would cheer her up. "Would you like to see my eggs?" she called. "Shh," mooed Clarissa softly, nodding at the straw. Snuggled up by her feet was a newborn baby calf, fast asleep. Dora wanted to cry. "My eggs are nice," she whispered, "but that little calf all snuggled up is much nicer." Dora walked back across the yard in the sunlight and climbed into the henhouse. Her eggs were just as she had left them, smooth and brown and very still. "My eggs are nice," sighed Dora, fluffing out her feathers, "but everyone else's babies are much nicer." Very sadly, Dora settled herself down onto her nest. Crack! Dora jumped up in surprise. See her tear. "Oh no," cried Dora, "I've broken them." Tears began to roll down her face. They splashed onto the nest and over the cracked eggs. As each tear fell, the cracks grew wider and wider until suddenly up popped a fluffy head, then another and another. Soon the nest was full of tiny chicks. Cheep, cheep, the chicks peeped. Cheep, cheep. Dora stopped crying and stared at her babies. There's all the farm animals taking a peek. It didn't matter that the eggs were broken. The new chicks were everything Dora had ever wanted. Proudly, she strutted out into the farmyard, and one by one, the chicks followed after her. All the animals stopped and looked. Why, Dora, quacked Debbie, they're as fluffy as my ducklings, and wiggly like my piglets, oinked Penny. They're as playful as my lambs, bawled Sally, and you can take them for walks just like my puppies, barked Daisy. But best of all, mooed Clarissa, your chicks can snuggle up to you like my calf snuggles up to me. Cluck, said Dora, happily agreeing with her friends. My eggs were nice, but my chicks are much, much nicer. So that is the end. And now I want you to think about it and maybe talk with someone at home about who this story is about, where this story takes place, what Dora's problem was, and then how was that problem solved? How did she feel at the end of the story? How did things change? I hope you guys are having a great day, and I look forward to talking with you or seeing those pictures. I love the pictures I got yesterday after many of you completed the science activity. Look forward to seeing your faces again. Bye.